Hello everyone, welcome to the Killer Countdown, where I rank all of my favorite kills and all of your favorite horror movies and franchises. My name is Rashawn Bass, and today we're going to be taking a look at Saw, which was released in 2004 and directed by James Wan. This installment has a total of 5 kills, but before I get to my official rankings, let me go over the new ranking criteria. Being that a lot of the death scenes here were filmed in the same kind of like fast motion and choppy fashion, and with very minimal gore, but basically showing us the aftermath more often than not. My normal ranking criteria, I would consider the victim investment and the characters, gore, and how the scene was actually filmed. So the new ranking criteria, at least for this entry and maybe for future installments, which particular device or trap was most painful compared to the others, and mix that in with my personal preference as to how I would personally like to die if my only options were the same devices and traps or just circumstances that the victims had in the movie. The higher the ranking means the most painful in my opinion, and pretty much the least preferable way I would personally like to go. And of course, the one that I rank number 1 is the one that is the least pleasurable experience that I could possibly go through. So, with that being said, let's hop right into it. In at number 5 is Detective Singh, and his head was blown off by multiple shotguns. Out of all the deaths, I think this one is definitely the quickest way to go. I think taking one shotgun shell point blank to the face would be quick, let alone multiple shotgun shells directly on top of the brain. You're pretty much out like a light. Being shot point blank on the top of my brain by multiple shotguns is the most preferable way for me to go, with all the options that I have that this movie gives me. I know I may be over-explaining this a little bit, and I don't really want to insult your intelligence, but not everybody's smart, especially those who aren't a part of the Killer Kountdown clan. It's the only KKK you would want to join, especially if you're white. In at number 4 now goes to freaking Paul now. His body was cut multiple times, moving through razor wire until he eventually bled out and died. The sick part about all this is knowing the only way to die is to continue moving. Literally last week, I got a paper cut on my pinky. Oh yes, Grandma. You're right. My father is an unloyal. Where's the page here? And I could barely take that. So not only do the cuts have to happen often, they also have to be pretty deep. Well, unless I just slit my wrist once with a razor wire vertically. But that'd be cheating. Starting out my top 3 is Zepp, who was bashed in the head repeatedly with a toilet lid. Fuck that. Fuck that from point A to point Z. Do you know how scared I am to just like simply fall on my face and like hit my face so hard that a few teeth fall out? I just can't fathom the idea of being hit with a solid object multiple times. God forbid if it hits my mouth first. Never mind having to bite the curb. I just don't want to get hit in the mouth. I would hope to God that the first hit with the toilet lid puts me out. Just imagining getting hit in the teeth first with something as hard as a toilet lid is enough to make me want to walk around wearing a football helmet for the rest of my life. Because at some point in time, I'm gonna have to flash my teeth for the paparazzi. Number 2 is Donnie. He was stabbed to death and disemboweled with a scalpel. You'd think this would be preferable because being that he was basically overdosing opiates, so he couldn't move or feel much of anything. Even if I couldn't feel anything, I don't want to be in a situation where I am witnessing someone stabbing me to death and not have it be some kind of like out-of-body experience. I also view this situation as some sort of lucid dream, only in real life, and we know just how scary and horrifying lucid dreams can be. I can also kind of compare this to the question like whether you'd want to know exactly when you'll die or if you would know how you die. But let's think about this for a second. If you could actually get the answer to either one of those questions, like let's say someone wrote the answer to you in a letter and they sent it in the mail, would you actually want to open the envelope? And in at number 1 goes to Mark, who was burned to death. And this of course takes the top spot because burning alive could probably be the most painful way for anyone to go. And it's actually one of my biggest fears, next to spiders, heights, and commitment. and the Goofy movie. You will have to hope to God that once you're set on fire, that you die from severe smoke inhalation, carbon monoxide, or you just go into shock. If not, You will burn until you no longer feel pain. And that could take up to 30 seconds. If you're lucky. Get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker fucked up my shot. Like, really? If you don't, you burn until you no longer feel pain. And that could easily take up to 30 excruciating and very, very warm 30 seconds. I mean, granted, I set many people on fire when I played my mixtape in front of the barbershop when I was 19, had a chin strap, sold bootleg DVDs. This fate here is just one big stinking pile of absolutely nope. Here are my official rankings for the movie Saw. In the comment section below, tell me exactly how you would rank all these kills. Once again, my name is Sean Bass and this is the Killer Countdown. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to join the Killer Countdown clan. Just don't go burning any crosses now.